guys, let's go ahead and get started. We have an announcement from Psychi. I allow announcements in the class if they're related to psychology, and this is Ivan from Psychi.
Can you hear me in the back? Yeah? Yes? Okay, cool. So I'm Ivan, like you said, I'm officer of Psychi, and I just wanted to let you know about our info sessions next week. Next Wednesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 in 2301 Pullman, we'll be having our first info session, and we'll be talking about the membership requirements and a little bit more information about the international honor society technology. So does anyone have any questions right now? No? Oh. Yeah, so it's next week, Wednesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 in 2301 Pullman.
You can flag it up here for one. Okay. Are you all set? Okay. Okay, other quick announcements before we get started. I apologize for the iClicker multiple announcements. As of this morning, there are only about 15 people that iGrader, the instructor version of iClicker, says are not registered. Now on B-Space, it says about 30 of you are not registered, but and I'm trying to figure out that discrepancy, but it's a lot better than half of you not being registered, which was my bad. Okay, so if you think you're registered, you're most likely registered. I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I update things, and then I will send out a list of the remaining people who it still shows as unregistered. Okay, so do not fret about it. If it seemed like it worked, there's a very good chance that it did. Okay, are there questions about iClicker stuff? Are we good? Okay, for the small handful of you who are concurrent enrollment students, my hope is to make decisions about whether or not I can officially enroll you. I'll make those decisions by tomorrow, but for now you should come and hope that you will be in the course, okay, for concurrent enrollment. Third of 4 quick announcements. If you didn't know, you didn't hear me, or you didn't read the syllabus carefully, lectures are being audio recorded and screenshot recorded, just not video recorded. So if you happen to miss lecture, which is not ideal given iClicker need participation, you can still get the lectures, or before exams you can listen to them again. They should be available on Cal Central or Berkeley Webcast. Has anyone checked that yet? What, you're not reviewing lectures already? No? Okay, supposedly they are, you seen it? They're not there? Okay. If someone wants to start looking at them and they're still not there, let's say by Monday, I'll check. I don't even know. I'll check myself by Monday. They're a little bit probably behind in the beginning. Last thing is RPP. I'm really not involved in that directly in terms of running the program. Emma, the woman that came at the beginning of the semester, she's terrific. She will get back to you. If you have questions or issues about RPP, the email is rpp@berkeley.edu. Pre-screening is over. If you haven't gotten your credit yet in your experimentrics account, remember she said it might take up to a week to get that credit. And remember, don't wait till the last minute to do your RPP. It's just 3 little credits to get for this course. And I believe the phase 1 deadline is sometime around mid-October. It says it on your syllabus, when you have to do at least 1 of those 3 credits. Okay? Other questions? Any other questions about anything? Okay, sorry, one last thing. If you are a DSP student and have not had your letter sent to me yet, and you're still working on it, and you hope that it will be ready by the first exam, again, send me an email so I can anticipate that you may need a separate room or what have you, okay? Because we need to submit requests for that, within the next week probably to make sure you get a room. Okay, that's it, we're done. Let's pick up where we left off. We're going to pick up and finish up research methods, but we're getting into the nitty-gritty now, okay? And then we'll move into sort of our first unit of the course, which is social cognition, all different aspects of social cognition. But bring us back to Monday, we were talking about experiments, where we get to try to test hypotheses, and hopefully, should we find findings, we get to draw causal kinds of conclusions. And we're going to get to why that's the case. Remember that in experiments, we've got variables. In the simple case, we've got 2 variables, and one of them is the thing that we think is the cause, which we call the independent variable, which we hope causes the dependent variable, the hypothesized outcome or hypothesized effect. Okay, you think about it as the dependent variable is dependent on the independent variable. Okay, we talked quickly, just to quickly review, we talked about how the same darn variables were interested in correlational designs. Yes, of course, we can study them in experiments, like intergroup contact, predicting lower levels of prejudice, number of bystanders, influence, likelihood of helping, media exposure to violence, aggression, so forth. What I wanted to get to now is this very, very important distinction in research methods, which is a distinction between what's known as the conceptual versus operational definition of these variables that you have in your experiments. So let me just punch through this so you can write that down. Conceptual definition of your independent and dependent variables. These are the variables you're interested in, theoretically, at a conceptual, theoretical level. I'm interested in helping. That's my conceptual dependent variable. I'm interested in media exposure to violence. That's what I'm theoretically interested in. What kind of effects does media exposure to violence have? Okay, easy. That's what that's the language we've been talking in. But as you already know from what you've read and some of the examples we've been giving here in lecture, you've got to translate those conceptual, theoretical variables of interest into a way to test it. You've got to operationalize them, bring them to life in the laboratory. You're interested in media exposure to violence? That's fine and good on a theoretical level. But how are you going to bring that to life? How are you going to create your 2 or more conditions of media exposure to violence? How you decide to create it, whether it's exposing one group of participants to 10 hours of media violence, the other group to 0 hours of media violence, that is one operationalization. That is one way to operationalize. That is the operationalization, the operational definition of my independent variable. 10 hours of media violence versus 0 hours of media violence. I could have done, 10 hours versus 5. That's a different operational definition of my dependent variable. You with me? Yes? Oh, my independent variable. I apologize, independent variable. With the dependent variable, same is the case. I'm interested conceptually, theoretically in aggression, but I have to measure that in some way. How am I going to measure that in the lab? How I choose to measure it is my operational definition of my conceptual variable of aggression. So what's an example, a way to operationalize my interest in aggression as my outcome measure? What's an example? How do I assess aggression? How am I going to test whether different exposure to media violence leads to different levels of aggression? Yeah? Okay, facial expressions. Maybe I'll have a video camera in the lab, and I will record them as they're maybe engaging in some task that might elicit aggression, and measure how much aggressive facial physiology I'm seeing. That is one operational definition. What is another? Yeah? Heart rate, psychophysiology. Does heart rate go up? Okay, that is a potential operational definition of your conceptual dependent variable. One more example of how do I operationalize aggression? Someone, yeah. Say again? The amount of time you just punch somebody? Yeah, right. The amount of time you punch somebody. Okay, maybe on a video game or something like that. Okay, as a measure, an operational definition of aggression. Okay. Oh, see, this is what I meant by this is where the fun and creative part of social psychological and really all psychology research comes in. You have many different choices in how to operationalize your independent and your dependent variables. But here's since you just heard 3 different operationalizations, here's something you have to bear in mind whenever you're reading one of our social psychology articles reporting these studies. Sorry, these are just more examples. You got to mind the gap. There's always some degree of gap between your conceptual variable of interest and your operational variable of interest. Sometimes the gap is really small, practically non-existent. The example there being, hey, I'm interested conceptually in media exposure to violence. And I can operationalize that by showing one group of participants 5 hours of media exposure to violence, the other group none. That's a pretty small gap. I did a pretty good job. Okay, although some of you still might quibble. Well, it depends. What kind of TV did you show? What kind of violence did you show? Okay, and maybe they showed just a crime show or something that didn't show enormous amounts of violence, versus like a war movie, which would be more violence. So again, even then, when it seems pretty straightforward operational definition, there's still some wiggle room. There's still some degree of gap, and that is a judgment call on your part. Now, you heard 3 or 4 different operational definitions for aggression. Some of those are bigger gaps than others, presumably. Okay, and that is a judgment call on your part as well. Some of you, knowing what you know, you might think psychophysiology, heart rate. Well, it can be many different things. It might mean excitement. We don't know that it means aggression. Okay, that is potentially a pretty big gap. Okay, punching someone. That's what I think about when I think of aggression. That to me is a smaller gap. So when you are reading any study, a description in a textbook or an actual journal article, you should have this in mind. You got to mind the gap. And generally speaking, the closer the gap, this is what you're shooting for, because it makes for a more compelling study. It makes your ability to say my independent variable causes my dependent variable. That makes it a lot more compelling statement if you operationalize it well. You with me? Yeah. Okay. I could try. Which of the following reflects the best operationalization, the smallest gap between conceptual and operational definition? So, good bad posture, conceptual. Good bad posture is my operational definition of high-low self-esteem. Is that a good operationalization? I think high-low self-esteem people have better posture, so I'm going to record them and look at their posture. I'm interested in prejudice against a particular minority group, so I'm going to assess prejudice. I'm going to operationalize that by getting people to rate members of that minority group. Okay, and how favorable or unfavorable are their evaluations. That is my operationalization of prejudice against that minority group. I'm interested in ambition, and I'm going to operationalize ambition in terms of how well people do on an exam. I'm interested in how popular people are. That is my outcome variable of interest, so these are all dependent variable examples. I'm going to operationalize that by looking at how many Facebook friends I have. Okay, hold on, I'm not getting started yet. Okay, hold on. I should turn this on. Okay, which of those 4 do you think has the smallest gap? So the best operationalization of the particular dependent variable in question. Okay, so let's see what you guys think. We've got good bad posture and self-esteem, negative evaluations of minority group members, ambition, exam performance, and Facebook friends, and popularity. I agree, okay? But the point I wanted to make here, okay, I agree, that's the one I think is the best. It's the most straightforward. You guys overwhelmingly chose that it's the best. Great, okay? But I still want to make a point that those of you who chose something else, actually, if anyone's willing to speak up, having chosen the other ones, I'd love to hear why you think that one is a better choice than the negative evaluations of a minority group member. This is one of those questions where it's a judgment call, and that's what I want to illustrate as well. Most of us agree that B is the best one, the smallest gap, but, there are people who are out there that could probably make a reasonable argument why, A, C, or D is a pretty small gap. Anyone willing to speak up? Any of the A? Yeah. Which one did you choose? A, which was, okay, good bad posture. Okay, that's an interesting point she made. So she could argue that you're rating somebody's evaluation of a single minority group member. I was a little ambiguous about that, but that's what she thought. And maybe you can't generalize about people's level of prejudice against an entire minority group when you're only asking them to rate a single person from that group. See, reasonable. Okay, I don't know how reasonable good bad posture is as a measure of self-esteem. I made that up, okay, but did anybody else choose that? What were you thinking? You obviously found that compelling. Well, how many? Okay, 14 people did. Okay, no one's a shot. Okay, yeah, is that a hand there? No, that is a hand on the chin. Okay, that is a hand, but not raising it. Okay, I hope you get the point though. There's always some degree of gap. There is some judgment call there, but as researchers, we're striving for the one that will be most compelling. So among these, if I wanted to get an article published, I wanted to have a pretty compelling study. Probably, assuming they were all about the same thing, I would want to choose B. Okay, that is a pretty small gap, or reasonable gap. Okay. 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 So to review, what do you have when you have an experiment? You have a causal hypothesis, not just a general hypothesis. You have conceptual definitions of your independent variable and dependent variable, and then you have the operationalizations of both of them. Let's design an experiment. My hypothesis is that positive mood increases helping. That's my hypothesis. It is one in social psychology, and there's evidence that's the case. My conceptual independent variable altogether is positive mood. That's my conceptual variable. Independent variable. Conceptual dependent variable? Helping. Okay. Examples. Suggestions for how I might bring to light, operationally define my independent variable. Positive mood. Be creative. Yeah.
Can you engage strangers perhaps? Like if you bring them to a lab and say, you get a group friend, look at how willing they are to start talking to one another?
Okay, I'm trying to operationalize my independent variable. Yeah. So what do I mean by that? I want to create at least 2 conditions. 2 different levels of positive mood. Okay, I think you might have been talking more about helping. We'll come back to you. Yeah, you have an idea?
We're going to give a questionnaire of their mood that day.
Okay, could we just use a questionnaire of their mood that day? Okay, well the problem with that, no offense, the problem with that is along the lines of a correlational research study, right? You are just measuring their mood as it was as they came into the lab. In experiment, you're trying to manipulate them. Okay, regardless of their mood that day, I want to make this group of people more positive mood than that group of people. Idea?
Bring 2 groups into the lab and give one a lot of compliments and assess their personality in a good way, and then the other group, control group, and give them negative assessments about their personality.
Yeah, so have 2 different conditions. In one condition, you praise and compliment and give positive personality feedback. In the other condition, you give none or you give sort of negative feedback about their personality. That's one operationalization. It's pretty good to me. It put me in a good mood. People think I'm cool, and put me in a pretty crappy mood. The experimenter says I'm not so cool. Another operationalization. Or you have a question about that?
I mean, I don't
Speak loudly. Yeah.
like for what you just said, positive and negative.
Yeah.
I don't know if being negative would necessarily it would. I think it would be too much of an extreme way to control group. I think it would be better to just have them to not say anything, then one group feel more positive.
Okay, so that might be. So she's saying
That might be an extra variable.
extra level. A different condition. She's saying, why do you want the comparison condition to be something so extreme, positive versus negative mood? Well, on the one hand, it's kind of cool because you're probably likely to get a difference because the conditions are so extremely different, right? But if you had a neutral condition, you'd still have high versus lower levels of positive mood where they got no feedback. It might make for a more compelling argument should you find the result you wanted because the comparison standard is stricter. It's harder. It's harder to show a difference affect a positive mood relative to something neutral, it's a little bit easier to show affect a positive mood relative to a really negative mood. You with me? Again, that is a judgment call. And that is what you're aware of when you're reading some article. Oh, they showed a difference between these two conditions, but really they needed a neutral condition. Okay? Because in the positive mood versus negative mood condition, one thing you're kind of left wondering, is it that positive mood leads to X? Or is it that negative mood is the driver of any difference? We don't know that. But still, people do that all the time. Okay? Another example, possibility of operationalizing positive mood. Yeah, classic there. Yeah. Have the groups come in and listen to a 30-second clip of music. In one case, you pre-tested it to know that most people think it's positive. It makes people feel happy, like, what's his name? Farrell's happy song? Is it Farrell? Whatever. And the other case, they listen to really neutral music or negative music. Yeah.
I guess you can kind of make something go wrong yourself, and then help other people, and then don't help other people, so you can show people the better mood that you have now.
Okay.
And see if that affects them helping other people.
Okay, so this is a little bit more elaborate. So the way she's going to operationalize positive mood is one group of participants receives help, which would make people feel pretty good, she's assuming, and the other group doesn't receive help in a situation that requires help. What she's assuming might make them feel worse. Okay? One more example. Yeah, let's try here. See how many choices you have, how much fun you can have with participants, how much fun we have with you guys? Okay, so there's all these different ways to operationalize positive mood. Helping, dependent variable. Conceptual dependent variable helping. How do we operationalize it? How do we measure helping? That's what I'm conceptually, theoretically interested in. I make people listen to a happy music clip, unhappy. I make them do well in a video game or not. I give them positive personality feedback or negative personality feedback, and now I want to measure helping. So what do I do? A couple examples.
So you could put them in a setting where someone is asking them for help and then just see what their response is to that.
Yeah, so the experimenter goes, oh yeah, hey, I got this other study, would you mind signing up for that one? So I really could use the help. Do people sign up or not? One operationalization. Do people who heard the happy song, are they more likely to help than people who didn't hear that song? People who got to play the game when they totally did well, do they help more? One more example of operationalizing helping. Out there, back there? Yes, great.
Perhaps like having all the subjects take a test. One of the subjects is actually also a researcher, and they ask one of the other members of the help.
Okay, see whether they help. Yeah, so that is more elaborate. So it's basically having a stooge, a confederate of the experimenter who is seeking help and measuring the likelihood or the degree to which participants actually come to that person's help. Okay, I think that's a pretty good operationalization of helping. You can decide otherwise. Okay, now what is it about these experiments? We haven't been explicit about it. I know some of you know. Okay, but what is it about these two conditions, these different operationalizations? What are the essential ingredients of experiments that allow us to draw causal inferences? I said we're allowed to draw causal inferences, but why? What is it about? We didn't talk about it explicitly yet. But there are two basic characteristics true of any experiment to differing degrees that allow causal inferences to be made. What is one of them? Yes. Control. What is control? Which is that's right, you hear that? The thing about experiments that you have that you don't have in correlational research designs is you have control over participants' experience. And you're trying to the best of your ability to make sure participants across conditions have exactly the same experience, except for one thing, which is what music clip they listen to. Everyone listens to a music clip, everyone gets feedback, everyone plays a video game, but the video game is rigged in one way, in one condition, another way, in another condition, the song differs, the nature of the feedback differs. And if you find differences in your two conditions, and everything was identical in those conditions, except the mood part of it, then you can be sure, or more sure, to conclude that positive mood causes helping. If there are lots of other things that systematically differ between the conditions, so let's say in the positive mood condition, I played the music for 5 minutes, and in the neutral mood condition, I played the music for 1 minute. Okay, and I found differences. Do I know it's about positive mood, or maybe it has something to do with the length of time that I played the music? The experience wasn't exactly identical. You're going to want to play the music for exactly the same time. You with me? Control. Okay, what's the other characteristic? Yeah. Manipulation, that's what the control is about. You're manipulating just your variables of interest. In the simple case, just your independent variable, you want an independent variable, by holding everything else constant. Because if everything else is the same, you find differences, aha, it must be due to that one difference, which is your independent variable. What's the other thing that's true of all experiments? Good ones. Yeah. Okay, true. That would be nice. Okay, that doesn't happen that often in reality. You're on the right track though. Okay, we are talking about participants. Yeah. Okay, replication. Right, replication is huge. You're going to read more about that in the textbook. Replication is the idea that you want to show your results more than once, either with different operationalizations, heck, with the same operationalization, to feel more confident in these results. And that's a big deal. It happens to be a very big deal in our field right now. I'm talking about something that I think is too obvious, and that's random assignment. Random assignment. Okay, you've heard it before. You may not have gotten it fully before, but you know that this means that each participant has an equal chance of listening to Farrell or not listening to Farrell, of being at any of your two conditions, an equal shot. Can someone articulate to me why that helps you draw causal inferences? Why? Because assignment to condition is random. What is it about that? Speak it out, articulate it out. That helps with the causal inference thing. Okay, he's saying selection bias. Say more. Can you say more? Who can say more? Why? What is random assignment by you? Yeah. Yeah, this is what you're at? Yeah. It eliminates systematic differences related to who people are being linked to conditions. In other words, you don't want any particular personality characteristic, demographic characteristic to be linked to condition. For example, I don't want to assign all women to my Farrell song condition.